Hello everyone, this is KIDM the Man bringing you all another figure review of another early release in Malaysia of the Hasbro's Power Rangers Lightning Collection, the Boom Studios Red Tyrannosaurus Sentry. First off, I'm not sure when this video is going live, but happy Halloween or happy All Saints Day, which kinda suits this particular character if you're a coinless resident where seeing this guy might be scary, or Skull could be under this helmet after all this time, which can be considered as a saint in the world of the coinless. But enough of my rambling, let's take a closer look at the Red Tyranno Sentry figure because we've got a lot to talk about. If you didn't know, the Sentries are a special class of soldiers who enforce the order of Lord Draken in the dystopic alternate timeline universe he rules over. Think of them like the putty foot soldiers, but they're human with shareable ranger powers, which makes them so much stronger by comparison and much scarier just like the police. Although it is a nice surprise of a figure to add to your collection, I kind of feel that Hasbro did miss out on an opportunity to include us a civilian hit. Who you ask? I'm talking about Eugene Skolovich, or Skull, which in the comics he was an undercover member for the Resistance. We only see a few panels of him in action, but it would have been a perfect opportunity for a Skull civilian hit. I guess we have to wait and hope for a Bulk and Skull figure set to be released to put that on this figure. Speaking of, the figure looks amazing. Despite the figure looking like a remold of the Red Ranger, I can guarantee you that this isn't the case, with the only exception of it being the arms. Hasbro did take the extra mile in making new molds of this figure. I really hope we get to see more of the other Sentries in the near future. The helmet of the figure looks accurate to the comics. Because of how different the Sentry looks compared to the Rangers, Hasbro had to make a brand new mold of it. And just like that, Hasbro has fixed the visor of the Red Ranger figure to be in more of a V shape instead of the weird looking one we got with the Mighty Morphin Red Ranger. Because it's a Sentry, the mouth plate of the helmet is flat instead of having human lips molded onto it. Now I know where Power Rangers Unworthy got their inspiration from. As an added bonus, they painted the eyes and the nose of the T-Rex, which really makes the figure pop even more. Not to mention, the silver on the teeth of the visor has been painted on first before the black, making the outline of it looking perfect. There's some minor paint splotches though. The neck itself is not your regular MMPR neck and it's painted in black. Although the details are not molded in, the additional details of the body is nicely painted on the abdominal area, and if you make the figure do crunches, you'll still see the paint continues throughout the part. The diamond of the figure is the same with some minor tweaks towards the side. We get a new mold for the belt, and it's made of a soft rubber plastic. This doesn't hinder the articulation, which is awesome. Plus, the detail is amazing. The paint on it is spot on, they didn't miss a single spot and did their best to color within the lines. The sparkly gold is a nice touch though. Another new mold would be the legs. Hasbro could have cheapened out on the plastic and just given us regular legs with black paint for boxer briefs. But instead, Hasbro went out of their way to make a new mold for some very high red boots. As for the red boots, they are actually high shin guards where you can see the straps of them molded in. Now, I'm not sure if the straps should be a different color, but if so, that would be an easy fix. Plus, this can also be another dangerous weapon if he were to knee anyone he's fighting. It is also molded into the boot plastic, so you don't have to worry about it being an attachment which will fall off. The shoes are our regular old shoes, but just made in red. He comes with weapon holding hands, fists, his staff with mini power swords on both ends which is very nicely shrunk, and a wrapping effect piece. To put the effect piece on is pretty simple, but because the mini swords are too small, you can't wrap around it. But what you can do is to slide the blade into one of the holes in the effect piece. Since there are two bladed parts, you can use your supply of other effect pieces to install on the blades, making the staff look much more cooler. Good thing we have a huge selection, right? His cape is a solid piece of plastic which is molded quite nicely. It's not very hard, but it's not like you can shape it either. Kinda reminds me of the Cloak of Levitation though. It's a simple, dull gold plastic with some paint to fill in the details. This includes the Tyrannosaurus coin printed on the shoulder pad, which is printed on really well. There's a peg on the cape for you to install it in the figure. It's a simple installation where you just line the peg to the back of the figure and just slide that in, thus completing the look of an elite guard. A different type of removable cape we have was the one that came with Lord Draken Evo 3, where the pegs were longer to accommodate the shield and to insert into the shield as well. Luckily this one has some shoulder support. When I get the chance, I'll probably do some touch-up work on the paint errors with a simple Sharpie. When comparing the Sentry to the Red Ranger, you can see what I mean about the helmet comment. From the side, it looks quite alright, but once you move to the front, it's not exactly the Red Ranger helmet that we know and love. I painted the tiny silver lines for mine, but maybe I'll touch them up next time, like painting in the nose of the Tyrannosaurus helmet. Once you compare them, it's kinda obvious how messed up the Red Ranger helmet is. So here he is next to the Red Ranger, a mysterious Red Ranger, the previously reviewed Silver Ranger, another Dino Team Red Ranger, the Figurized Standard Kamen Rider Decade, and Lord Dragon. So all in all, we have an awesome elite foot soldier to add to our collection. Given the chance, I would have grabbed 2 of them when I went into a random store to buy him, but I'm holding out on it in hopes that my usual dealer will eventually get him in his store just to support him. But does he look good on the shelf? So if you like this video, blast that like button, leave a comment down below, let me know how many sentries would you add to your collection, share this video with your friends and family and tell them that this is Skull who finally became a ranger. Sort of. This is KID, I'm the man, and I'll see you all next time.